what's your problem, man?
No problem. I said I can move if you want.
I ain't ask you to move, nigga. I'm trying to talk to my girl. You acting all weird and shit.
Yo, girl.
Yeah, man. Yo, this is my ex Lisa, man. Yo, we used to talk back after my mom's kicked me out the house. You know.
My nigga, that's a man.
What? Nah, man. This is my ex.
Your ex-girlfriend a man. Why you think she in jail with the men? She'd be on the other side. Nigga, you gay.
Nah, I mean, she... So you think I'm gay?
No.
This nigga gay as hell.
Shut the hell up.
And now that it's over, I'll never be sober. I couldn't believe, and now I'm so high. And now I'm so high.
And what is happening, everybody? It is your boy Blake Money, Blake Weather. Welcome to another episode, Unfiltered Bachelor, the Breakdown Series. Here, as always, with my neighbor with the flavor, my guy on the fly, your friend, my co-host. It's Jeff.
Just Jeff.
It's just Jeff.
Blake Money, Blake Weather. I'm just Jeff.
It's just. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm Rona living, you know, staying inside as much as possible and trying not to lose my mind.
No. I feel that, man. Facts on facts right there, man. We are approaching episode 2 of Atlanta right now, breaking it down, talking at it.
Dude.
Streets on Lock. And what a dead giveaway at the title, considering one of them. I mean, they both characters start off in getting processed.
In lockup.
Yeah, they're getting processed. And then one is basically living life on the outside for the rest of the day, and the other one is stuck kind of in processing for the entire day in jail. Basically,
and
what
it
happened.
is like the process of it is like the stretch of like 11, 12 hours. It's not like a real long time here, you know?
No, but it fucking probably
but a lot happens.
So much happens.
Dude, honestly, that's what going through these 2 episodes. I was amazed how much they fit into a 30-minute episode, man.
Bro, and it's like it's shorter than a 30-minute episode. It's 22 minutes.
Yeah, when you factor in
22
dude,
fucking
insane.
minutes. And so much happens in this episode, and so much kind of just goes on. So, quick numbers for you.
So funny.
Quick factoids for you. Hiro Murai, again, the director of the first episode, director of this episode, and again, done like 5 Gambino music videos.
I don't think we said this in the last episode, but correct me if I'm wrong, he was also the director of This Is America, right?
No, so the one I missed was, I did say This Is America. The one I missed was Oakland. He was a director of Oakland.
My favorite, my go-to.
Telegraph Ave, one of my favorite songs. This premiered to 0.955 million viewers, the second episode, which is still not bad, almost 1 million views. For the show,
I wonder how that measures up into other shows, because especially like this was the second episode of a brand new show, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think the thing with Atlanta is it's one of those things that kind of grew on people after the fact. You know what I mean?
Don't you feel like FX and FXX shows tend to have that feel?
Yes, exactly. Like a lot of them are just like they have a lot of great shows, and I think sometimes even with like, bro, it not to make the comparison, but to kind of make the comparison. Even like Breaking Bad, right? Like it wasn't the first season was a little like. Like it didn't have a whole bunch of million views, and then the second season and third season, then it grew. By the 4th, 5th season, people were like eyeballing it every fucking weekend.
Hell, man, even The League, a huge show and one of my favorites, I didn't get into until like the 3rd season. Sons of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I started watching until the 3rd season.
Right. I think this is one of these shows. This is kind of the myth of the show has grown so much, and it's just kind of nice to like look back and see like what the premiere was like. But this episode, dude, this episode is everywhere, and I want to circle back to the first episode because we're talking about like the dude not being dead, and that's immediately what's brought up.
Well, and so it's one of those things where couple things about this, because the show literally opens with Earn and Paperboy
Being
sitting
processed, yeah.
side by side, waiting in jail. And they're talking about their rides to jail, which first off, like, they were just so blasé about it all. Like, a dude just got shot, and they're sitting there laughing about the cops that were driving them to jail.
Trying to get him to admit it. So, like, and here's the thing. While we're on this subject, they do talk about, like, they try to get me to admit, like, remember, Ern is like, dude, they try to get me to, like, say you did it. And I didn't tell them shit.
Yeah.
So, like, and even when Paperboy gets processed, then when they process him, they're like, you're going to have to come back for, they're investigating the gunshot, or the shooting.
So he bailed out for his disorderly conduct.
Right.
But the shooting was still being investigated.
Right. So Paperboy actually he isn't really in there for the shooting in the first place.
Okay.
But
and we find out, and I'm guessing this is why you brought it up. We find out because there's no victim.
right. But also, like, I bring it up too because, like, everywhere he goes in this episode, all they fucking talk about is him shooting somebody.
Oh yeah, nonstop.
They think that's why he went to jail.
Episode.
Everyone think that's why he went to jail. Like, they think he killed somebody. Like, the myth of him going to jail and about this shooting has turned into this whole game of, like, telephone, where it's like all of a sudden XXL magazine's talking about it. The guy at the fucking Wingstop's talking about it.
Up on Twitter.
The little kids are fucking talking about they're playing little shooting games.
Playing
and shit.
Paperboy.
Yeah. And so the myth of this has grown when really the facts of the matter is, it's not what the fuck he even is in there for.
No. By the way, two quick things. One, so in college I was a criminal justice and sociology major.
Okay.
Don't ever admit anything ever at all. Period. For the love of God.
Deny.
That.
Yeah.
And that brings me to, and so Erm brings up that, like, he's never been to jail before. But I've never been to jail, but I still, like, Ern turns to Paperboy in the chairs in processing and goes, so you think he's dead?
Yeah. And he's like,
And Paperboy goes, I do not know what you are talking about, and this is not the place to talk about it. And it's like, of course it's not the place to talk about it. Who the fuck thinks this is the place to ask about that?
But Ern is so, I think, naive and, like, uneducated about this whole thing because, like, he just doesn't know. Like, he's just thinking, like, he's not used to this environment. And I think that's what a lot of this episode is about. Like, he's so fucking out of his element. Everywhere he goes, like, every nook and cranny of, like, the scenes that they have, whether he's on the phone and he looks at the weird dude looking at him, like, while he's making a phone call, the cops, like, laughing at him. When he sees the
the cops laugh at him because he hears Ern ask Val to come pick him up and bail him out, and he goes, and I'll definitely pay you back for the bail
and rent
and rent. And that's when you hear the cops just laughing at him.
But everywhere
if I were that cop, I'd be laughing at him too.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. I'm watching it right now. I got to play in the background.
But same here. Literally just.
But it's one of those things, right? Like, everywhere he goes in here, he's just not familiar with, like, what the fuck. He's not hip to, like, what the fuck is up.
No. And once again, he's literally never been arrested before.
Right.
So,
and I think
he's got no clue.
Yeah, no. And I think a lot of this episode through his, I'm trying to think of what the word is, through his kind of, his jail adventure, I'll say his processing adventure. Like, you just sort of, it's a social commentary. Like, there's always a message behind these episodes and stuff. And this one is for sure, like, how kind of this system's it's fucked up. Like, it takes forever to people be processed.
So many things in this.
Yes.
And it's and they're very important things, but some of them are also just funny. And then some of them are kind of just you're just left to wonder. Yeah,
it's all built in with humor, right? Like, they're all facts brought in with humor. Like, you see the crazy dude who drinks the fucking toilet water, right? Like, and Ern's like,
dude, that's that's like, oh, shit.
Somebody should get him some help. And the officer's even like, man, shut up.
Man, shut up.
Yeah, man. But it's all these little things that show problems. What's that?
More than that, after the guy tells Ern to shut up, the other cop goes over and goes, "Oh, Larry's back again, right? Huh?" And one of the other cops is like, "Yeah, he's drinking the toilet water." And the cop goes, "Oh, same old Larry. How you doing, buddy?" And Larry turns and he just spits and not like in the cop's face or anything. He just like
Spits on his shirt.
he just squirts out the toilet water on the dude's shirt, and he whips out his baton and cracks Larry across the face. And the thing is, yeah, that's absolutely realistic.
Yeah.
Because spitting on a cop, that's considered assault. So I guarantee that officer's not going to get any trouble for what he did. Plus, let's also just be frank and honest. This guy Larry isn't all there.
No.
And he's a minority, and the cop that cracked him is a white guy. And it's one of those things that like, and that's just, if you have a mental issue and you are in prison, not even prison at this point, just jail.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you're not going to get the help you need, and things are going to go really poorly.
And you're going to keep going back and back. Like, and here's one of the kind of this is a very missed thing, but I noticed it maybe a couple times watching it. Everybody in the jail, like even the prisoners, like know who the fuck this guy is. They're like, oh, he was here. He always in and out here. He was here last time I was here. You know what I mean? And it makes me think like, if you're in Earn's shoes, this is your first time here. All these people seem like the usual suspects, like the guys that just kind of in and out of the system. And I
wonder if that's supposed to be an analogy for the revolving door system, as most people tend to call it, which is our prison system.
Yeah, it seemed like a fucked up version of like Cheers, right? Where everybody kind of knows your name, you know what I mean? In sometimes
you want to go.
But that's what it seemed like, some sort of fucked up version of Cheers, where all these people kind of like, they know the one character, like he's always in here. And it's like, and I was thinking like, I didn't stop to think about it, but I was like, how the fuck do they know? Like I said, it's like some fucked up like version of Cheers. These people all know Lee, and it points out that sort of social commentary on that, man. And it's kind of fucking sad, but it's funny at the same time. And even Earn is, he's like, man, somebody should help him. And the officer, man, like, shut up, man.
Yeah, and everyone's just sitting there and they're watching him, and they're and it's literally he's their entertainment. It's like, oh man, he's gonna drink the toilet water and stuff, And even the one cop walks up, he's like, oh, Lee's back again. How you doing, buddy? And Lee like squirts the water onto the cop's shirt, and cop whips out his baton and just cracks the guy in the face, and everyone that's sitting there is just like, oh, and then nothing, like they're completely normal again. And that's the unfortunate reality of what happens when you're mentally ill and you end up in a jail setting.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get the help you need. And like I was saying, this whole portion though is Earn and all these just like weird positions while he's in jail. Like one, like he hands a sandwich off to that old dude, and the old dude's like, he ain't gonna make it in here. You know what I mean? And it's just like, bro, he's not trying to make it in there. You know what I mean? Like to somebody else, it looks like Earn is weak. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of fucked up.
Earn's he's just this in Earn's mind, and I would argue in reality, Earn just doesn't belong here.
No, and he's an observer in this weird world, and
absolutely, which actually makes me think of something we brought up in the last episode, where I read that one of Glover's goals of this series is to show especially white people things that they don't know about black people. And I wonder if that's one of the things he's, trying to achieve in this scene, in this episode. Because that's the thing, man. There's no white people that are locked up with him. There's the one guy that's like behind the glass staring at him awkwardly when he's on the phone. But in the waiting room, it's all black guys with him. Well,
there's like
black guys and one black girl.
There was like one white, there was like one white. There was like one white dude. I just saw the scene, but like it's a lot of black police officers, and then the one white officer who is the one who gets spit on, and he ends up hitting the crazy dude in the face. And so maybe this is probably all on purpose.
That is also a very real reflection of the prison society. I mean, it is abnormally skewed against minorities. Mm-hmm. It's not even like a question. It's very well documented and known.
Yeah, I think that's interesting now that I'm rewatching it. Like, yeah, everybody's kind of they're all black people, and but again, like it's what you said, like you know, Donald Glover trying to make, I think, that known abundantly clear. And so just to cover a few of his things, he talks to the guy who's not even supposed to be there, and we're just hanging out on the porch, and turns around, tells the dude's like, man, I was trying to hang out with you after 11 years. Like, fuck you, Grady. And then so you have that instance. You don't really know what happened, but it's like all these weird little interactions that he has. Then he's in the middle of the one dude. I think his name was Johnny. I think the girl called him Johnny.
Yeah,
Johnny
it
and
was Johnny, yeah.
and Lisa.
Johnny and Lisa.
But you don't realize he's in the middle because of the way that the camera works. So great. Hugh Murray does great, and
The cinematography is
so
amazing.
fucking phenomenal. And he's in the middle of it, and he's just like, I can move, man. He's like, I know. And
It just keeps me like, dude, why you gotta be acting so weird?
yeah, throughout the whole interaction, the dude's fucking with Ern when Ern is just kind of just like, it has that look on his face like, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't want to be here.
Forward, eyes forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Please just leave me the fuck alone. And while this dude's getting basically harassed by the rest of the people in processing, like, yo, that's a man. That's a fucking man. You fuck man.
If that's a woman, why do you think she's locked up with all the men?
Yes.
Well,
You gay. You know what I mean? Like, that's what comes out, and the dude gets real defensive.
it is a big thing in the black community. Being gay is, I'd say, it's becoming more welcomed in every part of America, but the black community is still especially. I don't want to say against it. I want to say not okay with it. That's why the down low. That's why being on the down low is specifically referred to as something that black men do, not even something that black women do. Black men specifically, and like that's not a part of it in the other cultures. And in white culture, if you got a family, but you're living in the gay scene on the side, that's just you're gay. You're in the closet, or maybe you have a beard.
Yeah, I think the big deal with being gay is what Glover is pointing out in this scene. Like it's to touch on your point and to embellish it is like, bro, that's what he's pointing out. He's saying
100%.
like they make fun of you if you're gay. Like it's not acceptable to be that. You know what I mean?
Well, and look how like the people that are telling him he's gay and calling him gay, they're kind of having fun with it, but he takes it so badly.
Right.
Johnny flips immediately, So
But it ends up being like, it's a underlining social commentary, but with like everything in this fucking show, it's fucking littered with humor, littered with fucking humor. And so that's really, Ern's kind of, that's his whole adventure. It's all these little mishaps.
And still very much that dry humor that we were talking about in the first episode.
Yes, it's just kind of deadpan. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
very much so.
And while on the opposite side, we see Paperboy going through his own adventures and sort of coming to terms with like all these people who are like, even when he gets out, that fucking officer's like I'll name a few instances. The one where the fucking officer's like, yo, bro, you a paperman.
Jackass, by the way. Hey, paperman, what's up?
And let me get a picture with you real quick. Gucci man, I locked him up, man.
Yeah. I locked him up last week.
Yeah.
And he goes to take pictures with him, and I love just the fuck you look on Paperboy's face the entire time.
It was like back to back, man, back to back.
Yeah, but you know why they go back to back?
Because it do it for
One more for the Insta slots, one more for the Insta slots.
But dude, what a fuck boy, dude. And I love the line, the thematic line is like, I fucking hate this place. I fucking hate this place.
I love that he keeps saying that, and I love he says it, and then Darius just goes, "Why?" It's referring to jail. Why? But yeah, then they go out, grab the wings, and they go to JR Crickets.
Yeah, and that's a real big thing again. Apparently in Atlanta, like in real life, I love how a lot of the things I think of what's real, like they try to put on the scene, and so that's actually a real thing. Those lemon peppers.
Bro, if I end up going to Atlanta, I'm getting me some JR
lemon
Crickets.
pepper wets. Lemon pepper wets. It's like.
And did you notice what they did when Darius opens the box?
Yeah, it's like they have the gold light in there. It's fucking great. Reminded me of that scene from Pulp Fiction.
Exactly. That's exactly what they took it from. Yeah.
I loved it too because you have those.
But that guy. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say you have those this is a surrealism, right? And it's fine. It's like everything that's in this. Like, you're never gonna open a box and like it's gonna shine and with the fucking light. However, in your
Man, you've been
head,
getting some bad wings.
however, in your head, like that is the moment that you see. Like, it's all glorious, and I think they take that kind of like,
because they hooked him up without him asking for it, and you know they're doing this just because they respect him and because they like him. He didn't have to ask for any of this shit. So, you know, I think it's the unexpected part of it too.
yeah. It's unexpected, but I love it. I love the kind of alliteration of like, it is these magical beasts that he's about to, you know, kind of engross. I don't say engross. That's not a bad word. Kind of just like he's gonna fucking eat the fuck out of him is what the fuck he's gonna do.
This magical journey he's about to embark upon.
That's it. and then you know, it just various things.
And the entire reason for it, though, and I think that's important to point out, is the entire reason that he's getting this special treatment is because this server, this guy. He's like, yo, I heard about the gunfight on Twitter. I mean, you're the man, dude. Thanks for keeping it real. Thanks for bringing rap back to what it's supposed to be. He even goes like, nowadays rap is all that, just those shitty singing rappers like
he's doing Fetty Wap,
like Fetty Wap, which I like that, but,
I like Fetty. Yeah,
he's pointing out. He's like, yeah, I still listen to Biggie and you know all the '90s stuff, and that's the way it's supposed to be, man. And I think the part that makes this so interesting, and the part that I like so much about it is, it goes right from that, and really the rest of the episode focuses on, or at least Paperboy's episode focuses on this, is that he gets the accolades and the recognition because he shot a dude,
right?
And then he's also getting the negatives from it. Because it goes from the wing spot right to them at the gas station, remember?
The gas station, and then the kids.
And it's the dude that's in front of him is kind of like looking at him weird and shit.
Yeah.
And you know, he pays for his stuff, but when he goes out, he notices that same dude from before is at a random car talking to a dude, and they're looking back at Paperboy. So you can tell Paperboy's starting to get worried. And it's clear he's worried that like there's some retribution coming or something, you know?
He's not. I don't think I think he's very just unsure of like what this quote unquote newfound fame, like what it all means. Like, I think his journey on this episode.
Was it that Darius kept saying, "You got the juice"?
You got the juice is what I'm saying. Like, juice. And it's, you know, from the movie Tupac, Omar Epps, old school movie. You got the juice, you know, and or it's just called juice, but you know, they keep saying that you got the juice now, you know what I mean? Like, he's the man, but for all the wrong fucking reasons. And especially it goes back to what we were just talking about in the beginning of the episode. He wasn't even arrested for that. He wasn't even, that wasn't even fucking part of the thing.
Well, I mean, yes and no. It's kind of like Capone was arrested for tax evasion, but everyone knows that he was really arrested because he was the mobster in charge of everything. It's just what they can get you on.
It's just what, exactly.
Remember, the other thing is they couldn't find the gun.
Right.
They make a reference to that earlier.
They couldn't find the gun. They don't have no dead body. Which again goes back to Ern being like, "You think he's still out there?"
Oh my god!
But it's
I
all
like
this,
how.
I was gonna say, it's all this newfound fame, right? Like, and it's a weird way to process it. You see, I think the people kind of looking at you weird. You're at a gas station. The kind of interactions that you have for kids. I think that was him feeling guilty, right? And trying to make up for.
Well, 100% was. So I mean, like, he sees the kid literally running around shooting someone. He's like, "You're dead, you're dead," and the girl's going, "Oh no, Paperboy's coming after me. Paperboy's gonna get me," you know. And so he literally walks up and is telling him like, "That's not cool," and blah blah blah. And I love how quick the mom turns, because the mom's like, "Yeah, I know it's not cool to shoot people. Who are you? And why are you talking to me and my kids?"
Right.
And then she finds out he's a famous rapper, and she's like, "Oh," or some famous rapper. And she's like, "Oh, let me get a picture. Let me get a picture. Come on, come on. All right, kids, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna put my hand on your chest for this one. Is that okay?" Okay.
And she takes him with all the kids, and the kid has a gun in there.
Yeah.
But it's and then even that weird Batman dude, right? Like,
that
comes to the house.
That's the part I really wanted to bring up, because a couple of things. So one, I was so confused at this part because, so Darius obviously goes and opens the door. He doesn't bring a gun. Paperboy just shot someone. First episode, they open the door with a gun on Ern.
Right.
But a random creepy dude in the same color sweats is wearing a Batman mask, and they're not holding a gun when they're at the door and opening it. And And then, so I really do think at this point, when the guy's just like, yo, is this Paperboy's house? And he
Right.
runs off. I think there's only two possibilities there. One, it's a fan. Two, it's someone that knows this guy that got shot, and they're kind of like keeping an eye on the place.
They can, you can be touched is what
Yeah.
they're saying, is you can be touched, you can be found. And like, that's why like Darius, when he closes the door, he's like, man, you hot, man.
Yeah, you're too hot, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's and it is that whole like, it's crazy to think this is how people view Paperboy when really he's just really trying to just live his life, and all of a sudden his music got famous because of like the
Because
music
he's
got
living that
famous
gangster lifestyle.
because he's living the lifestyle. I think that
Which, by
that's
the way-
the important part of this episode. It points out.
At this point, we're not even within 24 hours of him shooting the guy.
No.
We're at maybe like 18 hours.
Yes, it's like literally the next day. He
Yeah,
just
dude.
had his single playing. Apparently, they're still playing it. They're playing it even more because
Oh
they
yeah, well
found
that's
out
what Darius
he
says.
shot
They've been playing
somebody.
it all night. Yeah. I also love Darius like, oh man, this website. They're sitting there and they're saying, "Is Paperboy Atlanta's Tupac?" No,
They said
turns
no.
out you're not.
they said no. But yeah, I think this is that's the other half of this commentary, right? It's Ern kind of being in a place he doesn't belong and kind of going through the motions, and it shows you all the fucked up shit. And then it's Paperboy kind of coming to terms with like, this is what it means to live that life now that there's fame attached to it. I got a song on the radio like, this is all coming hand in hand, whether I like it or not. This is how people are looking at me as, and it's up to me to kind of like figure out what the fuck, like how the fuck to just be at this point.
You know what the part that I like is that I like that it shows that he being Paperboy is uncomfortable with this.
Yes.
He's not just like, oh fuck yeah, I got all this fame. No. He's clearly uncomfortable. And that really, I like that. It rounds out the character because I don't think there's anyone out there who the day after shooting someone is sitting there just like, yep, this is the best day ever. Bah, 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 bah. I think you would have some reservations. I think you would be a little scared. I think you would be freaking out. And I really like that they made him more real in my personal opinion by showing that.
They humanized him.
Yes.
And I think this is a real reflection on like, we forget that like a lot of like rappers or like anybody with the camera on them is just a real person at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
100%.
And
yeah.
this really shows the kind of full spectrum that he goes through in kind of coming to terms. Like you said, it's not even 24 hours later and he's going through all of this. So these are kind of the misadventures of both of them kind of coming to terms. Ern's coming to terms with like, he doesn't want to be, this is not the life he probably wants to live. And that goes to just not to leap forward, but I think that goes hand in hand with the way that season 2 ends. Right.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I don't get too far ahead, but there's a tie-in with there. Like he doesn't ever want to go back to it. You know what I mean?
When you get to the point where you've watched all of these episodes and then you go back, you catch so many more things, so many more like, oh my God, this makes so much more like what happened then makes so much more sense now. They do a really good job of writing. I mean, they make each episode its own while still tying it together so well.
Yes, it's beautiful like that, and also. For Ern, I think one of the more powerful things is Van comes to save the day for him.
She does, but it looks like she's there. So that's the thing. She's there at night. So it looks like this is the end of the 24 hours. It looks like she waited to come fucking pick him up. And you can tell she's not happy about it, man. I mean, the door's locked right when she pulls up, and he's like trying to get her to roll it down and shit. I
think she was just like
Lottie's
doing
in the back seat.
her daily life, right? I don't think she could take off of work. I think it was one of those things. Like, not to say she was
That's a
mad
good
at him.
point.
I think she was just like, well, I've got to live my life, and then when we've got time to, get him out, we'll get him out. And I think the powerful moment is she ends up getting him out, not Paperboy.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Which is surprising because at the beginning of the episode, the way Paper was talking, he's gonna get Ern out and everything. And by the end, it's just. Then again, it was Van that he called, and he didn't call Al. So
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, but I think it's a powerful setup to that the relationship that them two have. Right?
Very true.
We already know it's kind of on the rocks. It's a little, you know what I mean? But she still comes and bails his ass out, literally. Not just figured, like literally. She bails his ass
literally, yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's where we're at with this episode. Again, a lot of moving parts, a lot going on. But yeah, man, it's yeah, we're in there like swimwear, man. We're on to episode 3 now, and again, this is a great episode. I loved it. I loved the realness going on, but I also love the just the humor. The fucking some of the funniest moments in the fucking season are in this episode, man.
I love how subtly they slid in very serious social issues.
Yes.
And using the humor to cut that and make it more palatable. I thought it was so very well done, and it really impressed me.
They make it digestible, and this is a testament. This is 2 episodes in, and this is a testament to how well done this fucking series is. And when it can mix in like heavy topics with humor, where if you sit back and think about it, you're like, oh man, okay, that's heavy. That's heavy metal, bro.
Oh yeah, man.
So we're on to episode 3. Yeah, man. Where can people follow you, Jeff, if they like this? If they love you?
Don Cheadle's Driveway 2 at littledickie.com. I'm sorry, Don Cheadle's Driveway at littledickie2.com. I'm so sorry.
Put that in your Skype and then send Jeff a message.
Yeah, do it. No, I mean, I'm on Facebook. I got the others, but I literally never use them, so Facebook's the best. Hopefully when this is all over, we can meet in person and have a drink like adults.
Mm-hmm. Or you can just Skype him. You've got his Skype ID.
Yeah, this could be real awkward when I'm in the middle of a work meeting. I'm just getting a bunch of Skype calls.
Like, hang on, boss. I gotta, take this. I'm famous now.
These are my fans.
Yeah. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, we're going out to episode 3. It's one of my favorite episodes. Everybody follow Unfiltered Bachelor, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Tell your friends to tell their friends. We can all be friends. Share it. Give us a like. Give us a review. We love you. Go ahead and check us out on the next episode, episode 3.
And go watch Atlanta.
Go watch Atlanta. Yeah, if you're following this episode for episode, watch 1. You obviously did episode 1. Hopefully, you didn't just hop in on this in 2. If you watch 2, go ahead and watch 3, and then come back, tune in for episode 3. We're about to record that right now. But for the rest of y'all, until the next time, we will see you. Peace.
Girl, what's your problem? 'Cause I know it's hard sometimes. Baby, just give me some time. Ooh, honey, now, girl, we can solve them. If you just give me some time, I can open up your mind.